Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about Churchill Capital. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. Today we're going to be doing a video about Cciv, Churchill Capital. Should you buy Churchill Capital stock at $17.80? Is now a very good time to buy the stock. Should you buy the dip on Churchill Capital? Probably what a lot of people are kind of asking right now. Market conditions have not really been too well the last couple of months, so it's definitely causing a lot of market uncertainty. No one really understanding what's been going on. But for me, I see this as a discount. Now's a very good time to buy stocks you're bullish on. If you've done your DD and everything like that and you see the sentimental value, now's a very good time to pick up. So let's talk about Cciv. Obviously, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. So with that being said, let's talk about what's been going on with Churchill Capital. So taking a look at the one-year chart, we definitely see that this thing IPO'd September 18, 2020, right? It's just kind of a regular SPAC. We see this sideways trading here, and then we see this huge rally up here back in February. That was kind of around the time when Churchill Capital and Lucid Motors, which is an EV company based out of Arizona, were kind of in talks about kind of merging together. And when they did, we see this huge drop here, and then we see a huge rally again right here on March 17th. But ever since March 16th and March 17th, it's kind of been a slow downward trend for a lot of EV stocks. A lot of people not really understanding what's been going on. You know, is it a specific company? Well, I just want everybody to know that it's not just a single company that's kind of just been tanking. It's a lot of high growth stocks like Tesla, Churchill Capital, NEO, XPeng, all these big time companies. Their stock prices are not doing well. Thus, even putting up, like NEO and Tesla were putting up record deliveries as far as cars, beating sales. We see Chinese sales that are increasing, but the stocks continue to fall. It's the same with Churchill Capital. The stock continues to fall, but for me, when you look at the long-term sentimental value behind this specific stock and the fact that it's sitting at $17.80, for me, it looks like an absolute bargain. I think people should take the opportunity to buy the dip on the stock because this company does offer a lot of longer-term value. Yes, I know that a lot of people don't really like to hold for the long term, but it's exactly what Cciv does and what it actually offers. You know, like I said, you know, the EV market, the EV game is exploding. It's expanding super, super quick. I think that's something that a lot of people kind of seems sometimes to overlook, but it's a big determining factor in why a lot of these big time EV stocks are very good buys, especially at these levels. You know, we haven't seen these stocks this low in a very long time. You know, the last time we saw these stocks this low was like on the February climb before the huge kind of correction that we saw from the EV market. But nonetheless, we see Churchill Capital, we see that it's merging with Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors being a big time EV company. We know EV is growing super, super quickly. You know, Lucid Motors, like I said, very well established EV company. It's got a factory built in Arizona, all ready to go to start producing cars. Yes, they did encounter some production delays, and there's a huge chip shortage that's kind of taking a huge way on a lot of car manufacturers as well, which does kind of play in a role. That's probably why Churchill Capital, along with a lot of other EV stocks, are not really trading too hot right now. But we also do see that, you know, Lucid Motors being very established, you know, ready for production. You know, they also plan on building a factory in Saudi Arabia, which is absolutely awesome. The fact that it's already has these plans to start spreading across the United States and across the world as well. And then we also know that Saudi Arabia also has a $1 billion backing in Lucid Motors as a company. So that's awesome because there's a lot of people who are endorsing the company right now. You know, Lucid Motors is probably the only real competition that, you know, to Tesla right now. Yeah, I know there's a lot of car manufacturers out there who are producing electric cars, like Ford, GM, you know, Nissan. All these people have these big plans. They want to produce EV cars. They want to get them going, stuff like that, but they're just kind of too late to the game. Studies show that 8 out of 10 people who bought electric cars were Tesla. So we know that Tesla has a huge monopoly, dominant kind of a market cap here in the United States. But nonetheless, I think Lucid Motors definitely does stand a good chance. And like I said, their Lucid Air car is absolutely beautiful. We know they capped the reservations. I believe it was 8 to 10,000 reservations. I don't recall on the top of my head. But nonetheless, we look at it and we see, okay, a big time EV company that's set to rival Tesla. You know, the companies came and said that it's going to rival Tesla. You know, they have a very well-equipped and upgraded battery that offers a 500-mile range. They're also trying to perfect the self-autonomous driving technology, the autopilot system. And we also know that Lucid Motors is still working very hard to produce a lot of cars. They're working very hard to expand, build capital so they can start, you know, producing. Yes, I know that there's a lot of people right now who are kind of saying, okay, but Lucid Motors, you know, they had a lot of delays and their chip shortage, and they had production delays earlier in the year. But nonetheless, like I said, the stock is a long-term hold, but it does offer a lot of longer kind of sentimental value. You know, we take a look at like what the EV market is going to be doing in the next 5 to 10 years. And generally speaking, I know there's a lot of people who are probably turned off to buy the stock. We see even at the 1-year chart, people probably bought at the top here, February 18th, February 19th, around 60, I think it was $62, $63. We saw the high of Churchill Capital, and then it's just kind of been crashing ever since. There's people out there holding a lot of averages, probably people who already sold out already. My average is sitting around $20, so I am down on the position, but for me as an investor, I do look at the longer term value, what this company is going to offer. We know the EV market is exploding very quickly, it's expanding, and I know that once Lucid Motors actually does get a lot of production in, they start selling their cars, they actually see their cars on the road, people are going to be kicking themselves in the foot that they didn't really take the opportunity to buy kind of like a bigger time company like Lucid Motors / Churchill Capital as far as this right now at $17.80. When there's a lot of big time stocks out now that are not doing well, this is the perfect time to buy. This is the perfect time to buy discounts on the stocks that people have been waiting for. Yes, back to Lucid Motors. It is a longer term hold. I do see the stock probably revisiting the $40, $50 range by the end of the year, once we kind of get out of this EV correction that we've kind of been going through the last couple of months. But nonetheless, by the end of the year, I am expecting $40 to $50. And by the end of next year, I could see Churchill Capital being $75. Yes, it is 2 years from now. I can understand that. But when it comes to investing, trying to time the market and really trying to comprehend when stocks are going to go up and going down is just simply impossible. No one can time the market. But what you can do is you look at the due diligence, you do your research on a company which you know is going to be big. For me, I see an EV company that could potentially rival Tesla here in the United States, a company that's very well developed, unlike a lot of other EV companies, who kind of IPO with just more of a business idea rather than actually having a plan, a business plan, an actual factory, production capabilities, etc. We see that Lucid Motors has a factory ready to go, that they're ready to start producing cars, that they're ready to sell, that they capped their reservations, and they have backing by a lot of big-time analysts, which honestly just points to me that Churchill Capital is a must-buy at $17.75. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you think of CCIV. Do you think CCIV is a very good buy at $17.75? If you guys own CCIV stock, how many shares you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.